Good afternoon, everyone. It is Stephen and Andrea from Pin in the Atlas. Today, I'm going to be hiking up this wash to something very special. Because you know, every time we hike, there's a good reason for it. And also, we are with someone else very special. The one, the only, Miss Jenny Gibbs.
Yay!
So what are we going to go see today?
So today we are going to hike 1.5 miles or so up to an old mining camp, and we're here in our favourite national park of Death Valley. And Jen is joining us.
Yes, there's going to be all kinds of broken things up there for me to find.
Now Jenny also has a YouTube channel, so we will put her link down below. So remember to subscribe to her and ring that notification bell, and then you'll see a lot more of Jen. Now let's take a look.
Looking back down the valley into the wash where we've come from. Haven't gone too far just yet. You can see Jenny and Andrea up there in the distance. Just in front of them to the left is the old mining road. Also just want to add, it's probably about 70 degrees, slight breeze, which makes it feel nice. I've got 3 liters of water, Andrea's got 2 liters of water. Jenny's got water, we got snacks. We are ready to go. So there are multiple ways to do this hike. You see down there's the wash. Like I mentioned earlier, we opted to go up the old mining road because it skips. Apparently there's a few dry waterfalls that are 20 plus feet. So it may be a little bit difficult to scramble. So we opted for a little bit of an easier route. And if you can make that out, there are remnants of asphalt. So this mining road was paved at one point. High up above the wash, and look at that view out over Death Valley. All right, and as you can see, we opted for the road for good reason. This is the dry waterfall, and that's quite impressive, and it looks fairly difficult to climb up, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. I'm only little. I'm only 5'3½", and that 1/2 inch is really important. And Jenny is even littler than me.
Okay, size comparison.
Oh, well, I'm going to be taller because I'm standing
she's
up above.
cheating.
You're the same height.
How tall are you?
5'2".
She's 5'2", I'm 5'3½".
I'm officially the tiniest person in the trail.
But you know what they say?
That
Small is beautiful.
Great things come in small packages.
Yes, they do.
And so far, that rings absolutely true. This guy is pretty big. So I don't want to scare him too much, but he certainly scared me.
Yeah, but now he's just showing off for you.
Now, if that had been a spider, he would have run.
Oh, hell yeah. I think that is just the coolest little plant. Growing up here in the middle of the wash. Very little water. And then over here, show you how tough they are. This one's growing right out of the rock. Not sure what those are. And here's another one. And it kind of reminds me, Andrew and I went to this, it was the Huntington Library in Pasadena. There's a section, like in the Japanese garden, they have all those plants that they cut and they shape. Kind of reminds me of that because the top of it's so nice and flat. All right, maybe you can make it out. In the very center of the screen, there are the remains of a structure. Once we get to that point, we veer left up the next wash. We're almost at our destination.
Woohoo!
And here we are. We've been seeing a lot of wildlife on this trail. You can see the scorpion here. Don't want to get too close. Don't want to risk getting stung. But that is really cool. It's very rare. It's been very rare in my case to actually see one alive. I've seen a couple tiny baby ones, but it's pretty decent sized. I'd say 4 inches long. There we are. There's a closer look at it. So directly across from it is this wash. This is where we're heading up. The first structure. Now, what do you think this one was?
This is the bunkhouse. And it was a later addition, although gold was discovered here in 1907. The Ashford mill, the Ashford brothers, they didn't actually stop mining till, I believe, the 1914. And this mine continued being used. Wow, can you look at all that stuff?
That's incredible.
I believe right up until the 1950s, 1960s. If I'm incorrect, we'll adjust that.
Yeah.
But, so yeah.
And again, all the artifacts that have been found probably throughout the site. You got some insulators there from the electrical wires, old Coke bottles.
Assay cup.
Crucibles, yeah. Just, is that an old boot? Look at
It's an old boot. I thought it was a canteen, but that's an old boot.
It's just, I love finding all these things.
So I wonder how many guys would have slept in here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I
would
reckon
imagine be on each side.
Yeah, I would say
so
8.
At least 8 to 10 probably in here. You got too rowdy.
So behind the bunkhouse is the cold storage, or the larder.
I'm excited about this.
Okay. So, for all you naysayers out there, we have already been in here and checked to see if there's any critters and creepy crawlies or rattlesnakes or anything. And we're clear, we're good to go. Ah! Not really.
Now, to be fair, this is what I've been attempting to get my brother to build in the backyard. But to dig a hole so that we have like a cold storage kind of.
So,
But this is intense.
so to the left, you've got a few bits.
And 70s quartz can. It's always good. And some more. Oh, Cut Right Scott Paper Company. They're still in business. Huh? Newspaper.
Oh, newspaper, is there a date?
December 1955.
There we go. Well spotted, Jen.
Nice.
I knew why we brought you with us. There was a reason behind
Yes.
it.
You keep me safe from falling off of cliffs, and I will notice weird little details.
And what I like about this storage, normally they have like a hole for air ventilation, whereas this one has got two entrances.
Yeah.
So you have the air ventilation come through.
Oh,
So this would be the kitchen.
refrigerator. Somebody had to get this refrigerator up here.
Ah,
Logbook.
the logbook.
My
So
second record.
let's sign the book.
The
I was
Serval
wondering that.
gas refrigerator.
It's got
Logbook is signed. So now, take a peek around the rest of the kitchen.
Here.
I like this cooker.
gas refrigerator.
Oh, I learn something new every day.
Blue bonnet.
I was thinking to myself, how in the world do they have electricity for this set there?
And then here you can see this is where they would have the stove. You got the vent pipes running out.
And there's got two stoves. I guess one might not have been good enough for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, and are these? Oh, sorry. Now, are these? Are these just? These aren't panning because they're too deep. Dinner bowls
Miner's breakfast bowl.
But it has a hole.
to hang it up.
That, or does it attach
Or maybe
to a
it's
car
just-
part or something? Is it like, would you have?
A dinner bowl, or it could just be rust.
Oh,
And then you've got your tobacco tins, probably Prince Albert.
Mm-hmm. And then there, it's a door hand. Part of the door, see that the locking mechanism? That's pretty neat.
I wonder who has the key. Alright, the ceramics.
And then the kitchen sink.
It's like it's metal actually. I thought it was like a butler sink originally. So isn't this cool? Oh my goodness. Look at the tiny bottle.
That's nice.
Isn't that quaint? Oh, it's so great that people have found these items out in the wash or whatever and have brought them in. It's kind of like a little mini museum.
It is, and it's cool because the plates, they tried to put the pieces of the plates back together there. And
Now, I have noticed that there are some antivirus signs. However, there's virtually zero rat droppings. I can't see any in
I
here.
was gonna say this floor is very clean, considering where we are.
It almost looks like somebody's come in and swept it. So,
I think the closest place to get supplies in 1907 would have been Rhyolite.
Rhyolite. So that's a hell of a distance to have to go. They probably didn't necessarily have vehicles. They would have had to have taken horse and cart.
And maybe Greenwater. That would be
Green-
something that you would
actually,
add later. Because Greenwater
Greenwater-
was a year. There was that 1 year that it was there.
I did actually read about Greenwater, so yeah, it could
so
be
it was
right
only
there.
1 year, but then it failed. So that's why Rhyolite was so successful.
And then out back, you can see, if I can get out of the sun glare, get it a little bit better. See the water pipe up in the corner. gravity fed. Got some 55-gallon barrels.
That's another one of those videos
Nice.
you'll be able to do from home.
Hey! No trip would be complete without a trip to the dunny.
You found it!
All the way out here, huh?
Now,
Okay, so I'm going to catch this on camera. Please explain to me, what is a dunny? I've never heard that word before. I know them as privies.
A dun-
Dunny?
a-
Is dunny an English word?
no, actually dunny's more Australian, to be quite
Australian.
honest. Yeah,
Okay.
dunny means an outhouse. We call them loos.
Okay, they're privies back in the, like you would have called it a privy if you were here in 1907. That's what they would have called it.
Yeah. So
I never heard of a dunny before.
Yeah, privy, like military, obviously they still call them the privy.
Do they?
yeah,
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
dunny's Australian, and I actually did live in Australia for a while, so hence.
And no video of Jenny's would be incomplete if I wasn't learning something new every day.
Yeah. So in England we call it the loo, or the WC, water closet.
Water closet?
And you might hear English people say, "I want to spend a penny," and that is the reason. Was in the old days, the huge pennies. When you went to the toilet, you would a public toilet. You would actually have to put a penny in the slot machine to let you in. So, like if you're on a railway station, hence the term "spend a penny," meaning go for a wee wee.
All right, well, if you'll excuse me, I need to see a man about a dog.
Now, we're not going to go and stand on this because it's
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
it's too rotten.
we're not using this privy.
And just think, so
That'd be quite uncomfortable to go.
you would sit on that and your doodahs would go down and be washed away. Or go into,
So we walked through their mess.
basically, yeah.
And the last thing to kind of explore right in this immediate area are these two structures. So,
I think these are just other miners' cabins.
Yeah.
Because there was no, I mean, obviously there'd probably be a blacksmith's up here, but
well, that would be more over kind of closer to the workings.
exactly.
There's the green. There's always that kind of green paint on old buildings from.
Lead paint.
Well, the
So-
electrical box down there.
So yeah, look, this is another cabin. You've got an old bed.
Maybe this was like a superintendent or something.
Yeah.
By himself.
I think so. You've got an old table that's seen better days. Can't see
Another
a
table there, dresser drawers, maybe in the back.
I
now.
believe the mattress is still here.
Electric cable, so they did start getting electricity.
Yep.
And I can't see a stove vent pipe hole.
Which makes me think it's just a home. You just went across the street to cook.
But at night it would be flipping freezing up here. But look at this little.
Well, here's actually behind the bed.
There's the
where
vent.
it was.
There's the vent
vent.
hole.
Oh,
Well spotted, Steve-o.
I am good for something.
And look how they've handmade this little dresser.
I
So
know.
it would have drawers in it, 3 little drawers. And I take it there would have been some sort of mirror, maybe?
So, yep. So you can make sure he looked good before he walked off to the mine.
Yeah. And another little table.
All right.
So I think Jen's right, probably a superintendent's cabin
green paint.
with the green paint.
Now, green paint has lead in it? I didn't realize that. And of course, I know paint back in the day had lead.
All
but
lead prior to, I think, I don't know the date, was it 1970s?
I think it was the 60s or 70s, one of the...
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when the EPA and everything. But this specific green color is everywhere in buildings for the early 1900s. I feel as if
Probably is because it
there
might have
wasn't
been
many
cheap.
colors. Yeah, I was like, there must not have been a whole lot of color to pick from.
Again, not really that much rat poop.
Because there's lizards, and where does that ladder go?
Oh, look at that. Was that horsehair?
Horsehair, yep. I wouldn't touch it though.
It looks itchy.
Oh, there's a doorway in the other side. Is there a date on the stamp?
First, let me throw the camera close to it, and then we pull it aside and say, this box conforms to all construction, paper box company, Los Angeles, California. No, it makes me think it's a little bit older because I just have the sense that in the early 1900s there weren't rules.
Right.
Well, these cabins weren't built then. These were built.
That's right.
Yeah.
It reminded me this was
later.
This was later.
And then another little cabin. Complete with coat hangers.
Oh, nice.
Is this a date? 10/2/29.
Yeah. 1929.
You found a date.
Wow.
See?
Oh yeah.
10/2/29.
All right.
24 large
That's
packages.
the same. That's the same. That matches that box because that's the same stamp that's in there. So that's another Myers bread box.
Nice. So from 1929.
Oh, look at that! You said hangers.
We've walked behind the buildings along a little old miner's road and we found an opening at it. So we're going to explore a little way. And as you can see here on the floor, you can see the indentations of the rail ties. And here are some of them still, some 2x4s and things left behind. Floor seems pretty clean. Don't see really any evidence of other animals coming through in here. That's not scat down there. It's a little bit of burn mark. And then also up here, you can see there's a drill hole. So that's pretty neat. And also on the ribs, look how smooth that is.
So
It gets warmer as you walk in.
there's a drill hole.
It is really warm in here.
Now,
And is this the face?
oh, okay.
It is, yep.
That's the end of the mine.
That's it.
Yep, so this would have been an exploratory.
And then I'll just go all the way back just to make doubly sure, show for sure this is the face.
So it would be exploratory because,
They're maybe chasing a vein.
yeah, so maybe they had a vein because as we noticed when we walked in, there was some kind of, you thought that there would have been some kind of little ore car in here. So maybe they chased the vein back as far as they could and then,
Oh, maybe it wasn't
It petered
worth
out or it
anything.
didn't, yeah, maybe they were trying to connect to another mine shaft somewhere.
I mean, remember, we're not mine experts. We're just picking this up from
What
mine people that we watch on YouTube. But just as we go, we learn.
yeah, because I thought exploratory and my brain would think like, oh, you'd only go like a couple feet down, but probably not. You go
Oh,
as far as
sometimes you
need
can
to
go 100 foot,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
200
Well,
foot.
I say this
is-
one they may have
this
found
is-
something they wanted to try to chase to see how far it went, and maybe it just didn't pan out to anything, so they stopped.
Okay, so I don't want to freak you out, but when
Oh,
I came
no.
up here,
I like you do realize that once you say but, that negates the freaking out part.
okay, unless I'm going crazy, which is probably the case, there was actually a shovel sitting right here when I came in. A shovel.
Really?
Yep. Because there was two things, and I was like, oh my goodness, a shovel, great, artefacts.
But did you go this far back?
I came up to here.
Yeah, because that's
'Cause
about
I
as
could-
far
I
as I
could-
came up to.
I
'cause
could see that because I could see the face from where I was, so I knew it didn't go very far.
Okay,
And it
so
was
let's-
right here I would have sworn there was a shovel.
Okay, let's try something. Now with the flashlight, could it have cast a shadow to look like a shovel was sitting there?
Like coming from this side?
Yeah.
Well, I was on my own. There was two. I guess it's possible, but I was like, oh my goodness, there's a shovel. So yeah, probably the shadow. Stephen's right, darn it.
Wait.
Yes, I said it. I won't say it very often, but I said it.
Okay, it never happens very often.
So here we are at the vertical shaft. Stone test. I've just got a little pebble so it won't damage anything. Still going. I can't hear it anymore. Now that could still go. That could be a false floor. It could be the end of the line.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
it could have just been a collapse and it's held up on a collapse.
Yeah, there could be, the collar could have collapsed down there, so it's hitting some wood, what have you. But the Park Service has closed it off.
Sensibly, actually.
Yeah.
And then just up behind us, you can see there's a notch in the side of the hill there. That's where they would have had, like the winch motor to, the hoist would have been up
right
there.
in front of
Just
us.
here, yeah.
So the hoist to hoist the miners, the ore, everything up out of the vertical.
And that's a different kind of covering than I've seen before. The covering of the shafts in Old Ryan, in Lilo Sea, actually have like a metal
The gates, they're like the bat
gates.
gates.
Yeah.
Oh, for bats. Okay.
Look at that beautiful sunset. That's where I need to be making a move here quickly. Last few bits that we've got. Here's the remains of the ore bin. Massive tank again right here. And just behind it is dynamite storage. Take a quick peek in here. See the doors missed, all taken apart, but some extra wood here. But there you go.
Video. Can you take a video of me real quick?
Jenny taking some Instagram photos.
I just pushed the red button. I'm gonna picture me in the archives.
There's some remains of another shack. And it's just the wash. There's a little wash that started here, and you can just see it just torn everything apart. And then behind us, just pieces everywhere. And this piece, not sure if it's part of a large ore car that would dump off to the side. Let's see the bottom, the tracks, everything are missing. It's massive.
I mean, this was definitely a building. I was going to say some sort of office, but you've got a shaft here.
There's a shaft.
Oh, a big sucker that goes right down, and I'm really surprised
That it's not covered.
it hasn't been covered.
I'm
Because-
super surprised it hasn't been
Because
covered.
Oh, wow.
a little animal could easily go down there. Okay.
Stone test.
1, 2, 3.
Hit some wood down there.
Yeah, hit
Still
some
far.
I can't see the bottom.
So that,
Maybe
I don't know if
that's-
that was a raise.
And then it goes off to one side.
Yeah, it could end up going out potentially, connecting to an adit down there, a drift. Okay, so we hope you've enjoyed this hike, this little ghost town mining camp. Hope you enjoyed our time here with Jenny. We know we did, and we hope for many more of those in the future.
Yeah, and Jenny does have her own YouTube channel called Jenny Gives, and the link will be in the description below. So please subscribe to her channel, like it, share it with all your friends, and remember to ding that notification bell. And on that note, Jenny, would you like to do the honours?
I would love to do the honors. Remember, folks, get out there, go explore, and put another pin in the atlas.
And we will see you on our next adventure. Bye.
Bye.
I mixed them, didn't I?
No.
No, that's perfect.
Okay. I was like,
Get out there, go and explore,
I was
put
like-
another pin in the atlas. Well, for some reason I've started saying, and we'll see you at our next location. And that's
I was like, what
not
is that?
what-
thank you
What for?
for being you guys.
We're just us.
We can only be who we can be.
Yeah, but you know, you sent a little mail and said, hey, we want to take you on adventures.